Carolyn's with us in Montgomery, Alabama. Hi, Carolyn. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good.
Good.
I need some advice for the nastiest bill collector person.
Okay.
I've been through all of them and used your, call them, make an offer. And this one I put off because they've been horrible. They've called my employer. They call my kids. They're horrible. Mm-hmm. And although I know they've sold it a couple times and it's come down, they are saying that they can't settle for less than the original debt because this was one of those deals where they email you and tell you that they'll put it directly in your checking account. Mm-hmm. This was my truly most desperate moments. And so today I said, on my credit bureau credit report, it says it's like $390. They're saying, we won't take less than $4 something. And I offered them 25%. And they said, nope, we can't take any less than the whole amount because it involved your checking account. And by the way, we can come get you for this, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm. They can't come get you. You're talking about a payday lender.
Yeah, but I never actually went into a store. It was actually all online.
Yeah, but it was essentially a payday lender. You wrote a check in advance, right?
I didn't write a check.
But, you gave them access in advance. You gave them permission to take money out 2 weeks from now, and in return, you got money now.
Correct.
Yeah, that's a payday lender, online payday lender, albeit. But, and no, that's not true. They can take less if they want, and no, it's not true. They cannot come after you criminally. They can't come after you criminally for writing a hot check because their entire business model is built on hot checks.
Sure.
And so anybody in the legal profession or anybody in the law enforcement profession will tell you that you have not broken any laws. So you can put that's a lie.
Okay.
The second thing is they can take less. There's not a law that says they can't take less. I won't take less could be a real answer, or we won't take less, but we can't take less is just not true.
Gotcha.
Of course they can. They just won't.
It's come down. They called me a couple years ago and wanted $1,000, and now it's $4,000. And I just said, okay, I'll go down to the next person on my bills and talk to you later. Bye. Click.
Yeah. How many more debts do you have?
Probably 2, because they were they're so nasty. I really put off talking to them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, and what's happening is they're getting the reverse of what they hope for. They hope for beating you into submission, and instead what they're getting is nothing because you're just always thinking you're the last person I want to give money to.
Correct.
Yeah, so it's working in reverse. That happens with some of these guys. What's your household income?
About $40,000.
Okay. All right. And the other 2 debts amount to how much?
$4,000 and I think about $650.
$650?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Well, I would go ahead and get the $650 one worked out next and let them sit. Sitting 4 years hasn't softened them that much, though. So you're probably going to end up giving them $400 at some point. And, of course, you know the drill. You do not give anyone electronic access to your checking account.
I have prepaid credit card. Thanks for your advice.
And,
prepaid credit card for this event.
So that there are no access to your checking account. And you do not give them any money unless it's in writing.
Correct.
Settlement amounts in writing. Okay.
You've taught me that well. Thank you.
You're probably going to have a hard time getting that out of these guys, too, because you are dealing with bottom feeders. You're dealing with a scum.
I have that sense. I have that sense. Well, good. I'll just let them sit, and I might even try to work out the $4,000 before I go back to them.
No, that's fine. Or, at any time you call me and I've got $300 or whatever my offer is, I'll do it. But until then, I don't really have anything to discuss with you, so you can call all day long and you're going to get a dial tone. I'm going to hang up on you.
Are they allowed to call your children? They must have looked them up. I don't know where they got their numbers.
I would send them a certified mail return receipt requested letter stating that they're not allowed to contact you at work anymore according to the Federal Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, that your employer has asked you not to take calls at work. And then if they call you at work again, record it because you can probably get the entire debt waived. If you continue to have trouble with them, go to collectionbully.com, collectionbully.com, and that's a group of attorneys that will go after collectors that are out of bounds on federal law. These guys are probably out of bounds on federal law, but it's not much money, and so and you owe it. So I'd probably just pay the $400 if you can get them settled. But if they continue these out of bounds, like calling kids, calling you at work, calling relatives, calling neighbors, and everybody knows they're a collector, which means they've broken federal law. And so that's when you would jump on them with collectionbully.com. Thanks for the call.